There's this tendency to fall in love with my subject, whether it's male or female, to fall in love with the features. It is a very intimate process to be able to explore what's going on in a person's face. The glint in the eye and the crease in the cheek. I feel like it's a human sort of journey. It's more than art. I've been an artist a working artist, a making money kind of artist for 40 years. I like to paint portraits and murals and illustrations. I enjoy the entire process of art. I had just partnered with a woman in a studio. She was going to be my representative. She knew about the new Denver Film Festival. We had an appointment to see Ron in his office, and he was very nice. Boy, he looked young then.
Tom Buchanan strolled into my office. It was 1981. Wanted to know if, he could do anything for the film festival, so I said, like what? So he started showing me some portraits that he had done, and I thought they were truly extraordinary.
Immediately, they were all looking at each other like, what do you think of that? What do you think of that? Before I knew it, they were saying, yeah, we want you to be involved.
Luckily, I don't know how it happened, but we always had major celebrities that participated in our film festival.
Before they come to the festival, Tom does these great sketches of these people so that those sketches can be published in the festival guide.
These renderings were really more than photographs. I mean, it had its own character in those portraits.
When I first started working for the Denver Film Society, there was no other channel, there was no other opportunity to be able to draw character studies. All of the film people, they had such character. When they directed a film, you have this intense sort of passion and if I can portray some of that, that was an exciting thing for me. There's a real subtle exploration that's going on as I do every drawing, every time I do a face. And the character studies come from that influence of way back then of the character that's in the face, being able to go into someone's personality, beyond the personality, to be able to absorb who this person is. So being able to capture that with just a few colors and a few swipes of chalk, is very satisfying. So as I look back through my portfolio and look at some of the stuff I've really feel proud of as far as character studies, it's mostly the film festival.
A lot's changed about the film festival world.
The impact is just telling the truth and telling my story. I never thought I'd be able to walk a carpet like this, so it means a lot.
We no longer publish a souvenir program. We publish a newsprint film guide, and we do a major program on the website. Tom kind of lost his platform when we stopped, producing the souvenir program.
I really miss doing these sort of portraits these last few years. Every year around October, it would be like, here's a new set of characters that you can really plow into.
If you're trying to create fine art and make a living, it's difficult. And most of those people have jobs on the side.
I started trying to conceptualize what it is I wanted to do and realized that fantasy was a theme that started to reveal itself. The sort of work that I was wanting to turn out tried to transcend the ordinary. But I started turning out stuff I really liked. And so when I started to see it on the wall, as I was putting it up on the wall and gazing at it, I started thinking, this is kind of a nice collection. Maybe I could actually put it together. And then I thought, wait a minute, everybody else has got a book. So I thought, okay, I'd like to publish a book of my art. I realize, in reality that I'm at a latter age, but I have every bit of energy and enthusiasm for what I do. I still feel like I'm 25.
I really don't think that there's any absence of work. It's always just about finding a new avenue.
I think that too many people put emphasis on where are you going to get the money? How will you eat? Will you have health insurance? Like, how will you survive? You don't get a salary, you don't get retirement, so it's a really big risk.
The idea of being young and starting out in life and doing what you have to do to make a living as an artist. I mean, people work as waiters, they work as, I don't know what else they work at. I've always done artwork since the very beginning.
I would rather spend my life working some random restaurant job in addition to playing music and really getting a chance to practice every day and really interacting with the cello and other musicians and children than spending my time working for a giant company.
It's all just about finding weird, obscure markets or just finding markets and seeking them out and starting out at the bottom and then moving up that ladder.
I can't count on straight illustration being able to pay the bills as much as doing graphic design and the sort of things I've been doing for these other projects. As I grow older, I'm aware that there is this frailty to everyone, that no matter what they are presenting to the world, that inside of them is a frail person who is really trying to pull everything they can together to present themselves to the world in a strong sort of way. I have a lot of work that I've done here that is gone, long gone. There are two types of artists that have been running side by side for the last century.
Whatever you call it. I mean, there's commercial art and there's art. They are different kinds of things to do with one's career. They are different worlds.
Once you move into the professional world, those limits and that aesthetic and that style that you've developed gets constrained because they have restrictions or they have parameters in which you have to work with. You're not working for yourself, you're working for someone else and you're trying to work for them while trying to bring your edge. I mean, no client when you get out is gonna say, hey, you can do whatever the heck you want. Like, that's not how it's gonna work.
I've gone through many years, so many years of just doing journeyman kind of work, of just being able to turn out what the client needs and no more than that. Commissioned artists, there's always these little obstacles along the way that have to be dealt with. There's a board of directors who wants to go that way. No, there's an art director who wants to go that way. And the artist, okay, follows along all the ways they want, and the artist ends up having this nervous breakdown.
I didn't have that conflict. I was a assignment guy. I learned the tools of photography, and I went out looking for clients that needed somebody who could handle those tools.
I think it's important to be able to work commercially, but then also take a walk and just let yourself just kind of get back into your own groove and your own control.
It's not like I was doing my commercial work so that I could finance my crazy idea of what I thought was my artistic vision.
You become real humbled when you realize, like, there's a lot of us doing this. There's a lot of us doing this. And so it's just figuring out where you sit and how you could be better, and then learning just the process of it.
So many times I'm called on to do cows and horses and wildlife of all sorts, and I enjoy it and it's good, but it doesn't give me the satisfaction of being able to bring the human character into whatever image that I'm working with. I did that and enjoyed it for a good long time, but finally it started getting to me that I wanted to go a different direction, paint a little differently, and then finally it got to the point where I wanted to paint a lot differently. I'm making some headway on the book. I'm really getting the layouts to be what I want them to look like. The drawings are fitting in very well. The writing is going well. I'm really starting to get a handle on how to communicate through the writing. I started reaching out to the local art community to join in, sharing some of my thoughts on Facebook. Some of the national well-known artists were actually contributing some of their thoughts.
Social media is probably the greatest tool anybody, especially in this generation, has to separate themselves. So if you're letting yourself grow and become better and you maintain a very reputable social presence, it will always stand out on its own because people will recognize it and like it on its own.
Finally, and at my age, I'm thinking, I can do this. I can make something good happen, and yet the jobs keep having to be done in order to pay the bills. And so I'm not even sure if I can do that after this. I'm not sure that I can get anyone's attention.
There's other young people that are pursuing it a lot more, a lot stronger, a lot more passionately. And those are the people that will get the jobs, that will get the gigs, that will get the students, that will get food to eat. And I want to be one of those people.
The minute that you start working on your weaknesses, they'll already they might just turn it strengths for the rest of your life.
We will work for hours on like 10 seconds of music. It takes 10,000 hours to become a professional at anything, and that's just multiplied by everything that there is.
It's a valuable aspect of what we're doing, because I'm listening to your opinion, and I'm going to take it home, and I'm going to, wrangle around it, and everybody's. It's like
anything that I think that I'm struggling with, I feel like if you start now, you can always fix it and progress and become better.
I'm fascinated by the weakness of people as well as the strengths of people. When you poke a rock, you see what kind of happens around that rock. You poke a tree and you understand more of what's going on with that tree. But if you poke a human, you're really going to open up a whole channel of ideas and thoughts and emotions. Classical humanism dealt with the belief that humans were more than beasts and less than angels. We certainly are not angels. We strive to do idealistic things, but we are born of the earthy, bestial sort of background. And we have to deal with our animal instincts at the same time that we're striving to be angels.
We're very selfish people, And we want to spend time alone with our instruments for like 40 hours per week. People take music so seriously. Musicians take it very seriously. And they're willing to put anything on hold to make their careers happen. It's just a commitment. You have to dive in and be really brave.
I'm getting the ball rolling. I'm getting some momentum. And then this deadline comes along that just completely derails me. For 10 days, I've been just hammering away at this. This is my daytime job, but it's also my nighttime job at this point. It's a day and night, just trying to make it going. Keep it going. I've lost complete momentum where I was going with the book that I'm trying to publish and the images that I still need to do for the book. I have all of these Kickstarter people who have pledged their money to help me get the book going, and I've had to just drop it for the last couple of weeks and not have any progress whatsoever. And I feel really bad about that, but at the same time, I have to make a living. I can't waste time on it. I do need to get back to it, but I need to reawaken the feeling that I was having as I was accomplishing the production of the book. I'm hoping Monday morning to jump right back into the book. I don't know that I can do that easily. There are still several images that I need to create, and there's a lot of writing I still need to create. I blow this, then I'm just going to fold up shop. I don't know, do something else, wait on tables. Sometimes one event or the reaction to one event can change a person's life. I was at a dinner where three different people came up and offered me a job. One of them was with Coca-Cola, one of them was BBD&O in Boston, and one was the NFL. And so I took all their cards and I said, yeah, okay, I'll think about what I can do. And at the end of that year, I was offered to work with an advertising agency locally. And I decided to do that just because it was right then and there. And I shouldn't have done that. I should have taken one of those other jobs that would have made a huge difference in my life. But that would have also taken me away from a personal life. There was a new exhibit with the Museum of Nature and Science showing the really priceless artifacts of Ramsay's time. I would then have to audition for the job. I painted this piece that's behind me, starting it at 6 and probably staying up till 4 o'clock in the morning. And I got the job of being able to produce the murals. I was working on one of the other murals when my future wife came in working on the mural as well. We were locked into the gallery with Egyptian guards with submachine guns that were protecting the art, and they would watch us as we were carrying water in and out of the gallery and as we were whispering and talking and laughing. And several months later, we got married. In one painting, life can turn on a dime, and that's what my life did. And so based on those personal parts of my decisions, I made the right choice. And so family life won out over a career, and I feel very good about that. You know, it's funny, my full name is really Thomas James Buchanan, but I've been going by Thomas Haller Buchanan because Haller is my wife's last name. And I feel that everything I paint is a partnership with her. And so I've taken that on as my name. So it's Thomas H. Buchanan, whereas in reality it's Thomas J. Buchanan. All I can do is keep doing what I enjoy doing. and hope that somehow it influences someone else in some way. I will be creating something new for the film festival this fall, which is the first time in several years. This could be the chance to really make a splash for the things that I would like to do. When I set out to do the drawing of Christopher Lloyd, I looked through dozens of images. You know, obviously he has a pretty out there character. I mean, it's very pronounced sort of character. And he has a pleasant personality from what I could tell in real life. And so I wanted to capture some of that. So as I started drawing it and really concentrating on his character, I felt like I got to know the guy. I was sitting in the audience just kind of, enjoying the film. Suddenly I hear my name called, that I'm supposed to come up and actually present this to Christopher Lloyd. He has an amazing character in his portrayals and in his features, and it was a real pleasure to draw. It was one of my favorite portraits.
What will they do? Where will they go? What kind of a life is going to come out of this? And I think that's the perfect ending.
Thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you all. It just happened on the spur of the moment, so I hope I gave it to the right guy. I wasn't sure what I was doing, but I guess I got up there and did it. There are times in the middle of the night when I just cringe thinking about when is the book going to appear, how is it going to appear, what are people going to think about it. A lot of people are excited that the book is coming, but once the book gets here, are they going to be happy to see it or not? Is anyone else going to be proud of it? What makes one piece of art great and what makes one not? The book at least will be a legacy for my daughter. At least there is part of me that does live beyond my lifetime. Right back there, I had a storyboard that I was trying to assemble the book, and sitting right where I'm sitting now and going, what do I do? How do I do this? Where is it going to go? And bit by bit, it started falling together. This is my one chance to try to do something different. It was an exciting transition in my career of going from working for other people to working for myself. And I just got the advance copy right here. And it's everything I wanted it to be. I did feel a sense of growth. I felt a sense of that I was finding out more where I fit into the world and into the art world, because it's not a perfect fit. But being able to work in the book and be able to see it, to be able to assemble it and visualize it on a page, I feel like I can do this again and again and again. The book lives on when I don't, and that's nice.